Alright, YouTube takes a while, so this is not recording on YouTube, this is recording on the camera app on my phone. Hopefully you saw the previous video, this might actually be longer than 3 minutes, by the way. If you're watching this, you'll know by now, but right now I will not. But recap, the CPU, or one of the CPUs I ordered for my laptop, it arrived yesterday, and it came with a bent pin. I already screwed that back on, so I can't pull it out. But the pin was bent, and I didn't know what to do. Someone recommended taking a mechanical pencil and jabbing it in there to try and bend it back in, and so I did, and it fits right here. Another issue is that I think this is actually the wrong socket CPU, but it fits in, so I don't know. And another thing is that, take a look at my current laptop CPU, the Pentium B940. You see that, I don't know what it's called. This is much smaller, so I'm worried my heatsink can't actually do it. But if either of those are issues, the other CPU I ordered seems to match the same size thing. And also, I checked, is the same socket. This one, before I checked, had the same wattage, or had different wattage, same chipset. And the other one I ordered had same chipset and same wattage as my current one. I ordered both to see if the wattage would make a difference. And luckily this one is from the United States and returnable. The other one is shipping from outside the US, from China. I don't think it's returnable. Actually, no, I think it might be. But anyway, let's apply some thermal paste onto here. Yeah, this is going to be longer than 3 minutes. Get a good bit of thermal paste on there. There we go. That might actually be too much. I don't know. I don't really care. Let's put this back on and screw it back on. Why doesn't this want to... Why doesn't my hand-eye coordination want to do it? There we go. That's all screwed on. Oh yeah, I definitely put too much thermal paste on. I'll fix that. But first, I just want to make sure this actually works. And I will be putting the case or the bottom panel on and plugging it in. I will not be putting a drive in because I will know if we can get into the... If it shows the Sony VAIO BIOS something, and then I can get into the BIOS, then we will know this actually works. But if it doesn't, neither of those will happen. I know from previous experience with this laptop. When I ordered the Intel i7-3940XM, I think it was, and I didn't realize it was an Ivy Bridge, it was a RPGA. It was the right socket, different wattage, different chipset. And I'm also going to put my Pentium B940 back in the clamshell that the one we're going to test out came in. By the way, this is an AMD clamshell, and it's an Intel laptop CPU. Alright, so this panel's back on. Let me grab my screwdriver, swap the bit to the Phillips Head 000. If that's the official name, I don't know, but it's the Phillips 000. Is what I found works on my laptop. I've taken this laptop apart enough times to know the ins and outs of it, and know where every screw goes. Now, I'm not going to get my hopes up, as I honestly doubt that this laptop will get to the BIOS screen. I doubt that this CPU will work with my laptop. But I could be wrong. And if it accidentally starts a fire, which I doubt it will, but you never know. The only fire extinguisher in the house is under my desk. Yeah, I'm that paranoid. If you saw my video where I first tried to boot up my computer after building it, you'd know that I have the fire extinguisher under my desk. You know, I'm just going to skip through this video as I'm putting the screws back in, so you guys aren't going to be bored. Alright, this is all put back together. We're not going to put the battery back in. Geez, this is a lot lighter without the battery or drive or my caddy, which the caddy is actually very light. Let's grab my power cord. That optical drive is probably broken now. It's been dropped on the floor a couple times now. Because I don't have proper organizational skills in places to put everything, I just have a bunch of stuff sitting on my bed right now. Usually is in my chair. Alright, you can see my reflection now. Hi. Here we go. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! 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 You're kidding! Hold on, let me shut it off again. Holy shit! I did not expect that to actually happen. Let's get into my BIOS. Is the hard drive is the CPU showing up? I don't... Intel virtualization technology. That was not there before. So, set up a user machine password. Well, like this one was not here. When enabled, a VMM can utilize the additional hardware capabilities provided by the Intel Integrated Graphics Virtualization Technology. Sure. Anyway, let's look at my stuff here. UUID. I do not remember that being there before. System memory, hard disk. There is none in here. Where would go here. But like, I should not be able to get into my BIOS unless if like this happens. And I do not have a drive to fully test it out to make sure everything's working properly. Because if you watched one of my previous videos, I had to put the 1 terabyte hard drive that I had, that's a 2.5 inch one, I had to put it into my computer because I ran out of storage on my SSD. But holy shit, I did not expect this to work. And I'm not going to actually do anything with my laptop right now. I'm going to shut it off and leave it on my desk. And that's just because of the fact that I don't know if everything's working correctly, and I don't want to have it run if it's not working correctly, and it's just going to run till it fries itself. And so I'm going to leave it off and unplug it. And until I can somehow find another drive to then put in here and either put Linux on it, or my friend's dad has a USB stick of Windows 10, I think I might ask to borrow that. Probably ask if he has if he has a drive I can use to test out and troubleshoot. Yeah, I'll do that. But another thing is that if tomorrow I'm gonna head up to my thrift store to hopefully, most likely I won't, but maybe I could find like a cable box or something, and I could salvage the hard drive inside the cable box and then put that into my computer. If I can, then I will transfer the data from the 2.5-inch hard drive, aka GTA 5, to the hard drive from the cable box, and then put that 2.5-inch drive back in here, and then put Windows or Linux something on here. But oh my god, I did not expect that to work.